Hello, Stacy. So I'm now recording. I just finished the presentation that I wanted to show you, and so now I'm recording a sort of a voiceover with these slides. I wanted to show you what I've been working on for the last couple of days. Literally the last couple of days. So I started working on this, I believe, on Monday when we had this conversation. So I kind of had in mind the fact or the idea that we wanted to kind of build a marketing agency, but we didn't really have a process, a step, or system that we could follow, that we could replicate for all of our clients. So I've been thinking about that for the last couple of weeks. What we can do to create a process, a system that we can follow, and not only get clients for to do the work for them, but also to even be able to teach this process to those business owners or any other entrepreneur that's struggling with the traditional marketing tactics. I believe you and I were one of those people that were struggling with the traditional marketing tactics when it comes to, trying to build an email list, building landing pages. I remember one time, I think it was the first time that I built the first landing page that I built on Lead Pages. It was converting like 3%, and I was like, man, I'm doing something wrong. I must have been doing something wrong here. And so I Googled what was the standard conversion rate for an average landing page, and I was 2%, actually 35%, 2.35%. And I was like, man, this can't be happening. Like, it would take forever for me to build an email list. And so I started to look at different things. Obviously, ClickFunnels and sales funnels is a huge part of scaling a business. But I believe that none of all the business owners can actually start building funnels, because there's some systems that have to be in place in order for the funnel to even work, and also it's not as cheap, or it's not as affordable, I would say, as usually people say it is. Facebook ads, as you know, I've been sharing the data with you for the last couple of days, and Facebook ads are getting more expensive. So I was thinking, well, what can we do that's different, that goes against the people that's already teaching and making a lot of money teaching those strategies, but really there's nothing new in it. All of those gurus are saying essentially the same things. And so this is what the presentation is all about. This could very well be a webinar for acquiring new customers. I hope you're as excited as I am with this. So let's go ahead and start with the presentation. So the first part of the presentation is essentially the why, or why we should use other tactics other than building an email list or creating landing pages and all that. And there's this tactic or marketing strategy that Facebook allowed us to implement, which it's called messenger marketing. I shared a little bit about this with you before, but I wanted to show you a little bit more in depth about what we can do as marketers using messenger marketing. Messenger marketing is not a platform; it's just a way of communicating with our audience. And so this is what the presentation is all about. So we can get conversations with our audience fast, easier, and cheaper than with traditional marketing tactics. This is free. We can set this up in minutes, and there's no coding required. So this is really, really fun. But now, why messenger marketing? Why we should start with messenger marketing and not, other tactics like email marketing, landing pages, and all that. I don't know if you've noticed this, but we're currently riding a huge wave in digital marketing when it comes to how we communicate with our audiences. This is actually the biggest since email marketing. And the reason is because there's so many people that's connected to Messenger that's already there, and that actually want to have conversations with businesses using Messenger. Facebook Messenger launched in 2011, right? I'm pretty sure you already know that. That's not very important, but what's important is that in 2016, we were granted the opportunity to truly market on the platform. So before 2016, we were not able to send messages directly from a Facebook page to a user. We were not able to show ads on Messenger. We were really unable to truly market on the platform. Everything was, personal communication, like a private message from the business owner to the consumer, which is not very professional. So in 2016, Facebook changed the algorithm, and they also granted us permissions or developers permission to manipulate in a way the platform and create other things, other apps that can be connected to Messenger, and in that way business owners could be connected to their audiences. So this is really, really the basics of this movement. And what's more important is that we can engage with a conversation that the audience is already having and where they want to have it. So people really don't want to have conversations via email unless they actually have to, or they absolutely have to have a conversation via email. But they want to have a conversation using instant messaging, such as WhatsApp and obviously Messenger. They want to have conversations where they can call the business and get what they want. So the conversations between business to consumers is getting more personal than ever before. So this is why the messenger marketing is so important. Here are some stats. I'm sorry for the blurriness here. I just this is a sketch or a screenshot that I took from the messenger site. So it says the Messenger platform connects to over 1.3 billion people now each month. So this is active people sending messages each month. There's 2 billion messages between people and businesses that are being sent each month. Includes both automated and people-initiated messages. 53% of people say they are more likely to do business with a business they can message, with somebody they can talk to or message via Messenger. And 100,000 monthly active bots on the Messenger platform and counting. Now, this is what's interesting to me. There's so many fan pages that are currently active or trying to sell something to audiences, but only 100,000 of them are connected to a messenger platform or using a bot on a messenger platform. So this is a huge opportunity for us. Like I said, other gurus and other people are saying that we should, still build our email list and all that. And yeah, that's important, but at this point, my opinion is that it's even more important to help people connect or help businesses connect with audiences using messenger bots. And this is the opportunity because nobody's doing this. I did some research and nobody's doing this. So I believe we do have a big opportunity here. Here are some facts about messenger marketing and people interacting with messenger marketing. 63% of people are messaging more than they did 2 years ago. So they're getting more familiar with this. 53% are more likely to shop with a business they can message, as I said before. And 56% of people would rather send a message than call a customer service representative. So, but I would like to explain a little bit about why email is getting old, really, and now it's much more expensive to build an email list. If somebody already has an email list, a pretty big following on email, well, that's fine. They can, still do marketing with the email. But now, if you want to start off, and most businesses are actually starting with these strategies that people really don't want to follow anymore. And the very first reason is because email is so crowded. We get the same emails from the same people every single day, promotional emails. There's even apps now to kind of block out any promotional email that you don't want to get. So it's now much harder than before to get our message across using email. So this is the first reason. The second reason is because people are tired of opting in on a landing page, and if they do, they may never engage with you in email. They really don't like to input their email or their name. Most of the times they use a secondary email or a false one just to get what we're offering. So that's not good for us, because if we're not able to communicate with them after they give us their email address and their information, then we're not able to sell our products, and anything that you have spent up until that point would be just a spend, and there won't be like a return on your investment there. So and also, opting into Messenger is way easier than email. You really don't notice when you opt in using Messenger. All you have to do is just interact with the business. Like you just have to type a message, send a message, just tap on a button. It's that easier. It's frictionless for the end user, which means it's easier for us as marketers and business owners to build a list. Ads are cheaper because you're staying on the Facebook ecosystem. Of course, Facebook prefers to have people still, using their platforms instead of going outside of their platforms on third-party landing page or whatever. So that's the reason why ads are cheaper if we send the people to Messenger directly. It's completely mobile optimized. We don't have to worry about creating 2 landing pages, one for desktop and another one for tablet or a smartphone. Messenger's already mobile optimized. We don't have to worry about that. We get all of the real data and more of it. So if somebody subscribes to our Messenger list, they're using their data. They're using the name and the last name, the first name, last name, and all of the information that they have given to Facebook. We have permission to actually check that information, to view their profile, because to them, we're already one of their friends, right? Like if they already interact with us via Messenger, Facebook recognizes that they want to keep in touch with us, and that gives us a big opportunity. And also, Messenger is instantaneous. The customer journey can progress faster. So here's some numbers related to this is from MailChimp. This is the biggest email marketing provider in the world, the most affordable one too. And as you can see, the average for most industries as far as open rates is about 24, 27, 18 20% of open rates, right? Which is not a like it's really not a good number, and we're gonna analyze this a little bit more later on. But click-through rates, so people is clicking, only 3%, 1%, 2% of people is actually clicking on any links that you may include on your email. So that's really not good. You can check this information, by the way, anytime you want. And here are some messenger marketing stats. With the software that we use, or that I use, as you can see where the red arrows are, so we have 70% of open rates or read rates, 89%, 79%, and the click-through rates is right here. So there is it really depends on the message, right? But as you can see, it's much higher than the standards for email. 91% of open rates as opposed to 20% on email, and 38%, 10%, 15, 20% of click-through rates as opposed to 1 or 2% of click-through rates on email. So this is really, really important. And this is actually a sequence that we sent to for one of our clients. So we sent a message after day 2, day 3, day 4, day 6, pretty much like an autoresponder does. And the open rates were absolutely amazing. 86%, 80%, 92%, 71% opt-in rates. Open rates, and the click-through rate 25%, 20%, 73%, and 20%. So this is really very, very important to know this. I'd like to compare a couple of things. If we take industry standards according to their respective platforms, MailChimp and the messenger marketing platform that we use, and we evaluate which strategy is currently more profitable. Let's say we invest $1,000 on Facebook ads. Each click would cost about $1. So we would get 1,000 clicks, right? If we would if we'd be using email marketing, if we send them to a landing page, on average, we should convert about 5% of them. Now, like I said before, the average is 235, 2 to 3%. That's the average conversion rate on an average landing page. But let's say we have, just for the sake of the numbers, let's say we have 5% of conversion rate. So of those 1,000 clicks, we would get 50 emails, right? And then we would email those 50 people to try to sell them our products. Only 25% would read the email. Again, this is an industry standard. So that means that only 12, 13 people would actually read our email. Of those 50 people that opened our email, or that actually got our email, only 3% of them are actually going to click on our link, according to the 3% average click-through rate that MailChimp said it's the standard. So we would get about 1 to 2 link clicks per $1,000 on a Facebook ad. Now that doesn't sound really promising. If we're lucky, we close that one person and we get one sale, and yes, we get 50 new leads, 50 new people that we can send messages or emails to. Let's say we use messenger marketing instead. We invest the same $1,000 on Facebook ads at $1 per click, and we get 1,000 clicks. So instead of a landing page, if we would use messenger marketing, instead of a landing page, we send them to a conversation where they opt in almost automatically. As a matter of fact, the opt-in rate is close to 80% right now. So we would get 800 subscribers for the 1,000 clicks that we paid for. We engage with those 800 people by sending them conversational messages. The average open rate is 80%, so we would get 640 approximately people reading our messages. Out of those 640 people, chances are that 20% will click on our invite or promotional content according to the average click-through rate on Messenger. So that means we get 120 link clicks. How many people could we close if 120 are actually clicking on our promotional links and going to our websites and our funnels? And plus we get 800 new subscribers. So this is completely the opposite, completely different than what the gurus are teaching. You had an experience about this before with this guy Akbar, right? As you know, not every business is the same, but if a business is just starting off, if you're not a marketer for like the last 10 years or so, those strategies might not be good or even profitable for the average business. So just to recap again, if we take industry standards and run 2 campaigns and invest 1,000 on each, we would get something like this. So on using email marketing, we would get 50 new emails. 12 of them would open and read our emails. 1 or 2 would click on our links. We may be able to close 1 of them. If we use Messenger marketing, we would get 600 to 800 new subscribers. 5 to 600 would open or read our messages. I should say, and more than 100 would click on our links. This sounds pretty unfair, right? Sounds pretty unrealistic, but it truly is very realistic. And as a matter of fact, like I said again, these are numbers that are publicly shared by their respective platforms. So these numbers are not made up. I didn't make them up. So it's very interesting. Now, I'm not telling that email marketing is dead, right? I wouldn't say it's dead, but if you already have a big email list, you should still use it, like I said. However, if you don't have an email list, you should build a Messenger list instead. Unless you really don't have anything else to spend your money on. So anyway, here's the key. In order to be profitable, this is I don't know if you've heard of Dan Kennedy. He is one of Russell Brunson's mentors, and he said this in one of his books. He says, in order to be profitable, every business should be able to turn paid ads into profit. But this is the main reason why almost every single one of people advertising on Facebook fails. They're spending money on things that are no longer profitable, right? Like I said, sending people to landing page, which is a lot of money to acquire one email. And this is what the gurus per se are telling us to do. We should use Facebook ads to send traffic to our website. We should build a landing page and use a lead magnet to get their email, right? The lead magnet, whether it be an ebook or a free training course or whatever it may be, right? And right after they give us our their email address, then we have to send them to a thank you page where we're gonna say, well, thank you very much for giving me your information. I'm not gonna spam you, whatever. Here's what I promised. And then we let the bombing begin, right? We start sending emails to these people. I don't know if you've heard of this new rule, the GDPR rule, that just pretty much every single business is they have to put like some sort of a checkbox underneath the email opt-in, and people have to check that box, stating that they do want to get email and promotions and everything from the business owner. So this is not really good. This is really not promising. I've been using it, and to a certain extent it does work. It's a good strategy. But if your customer will pay you $5,000 to $10,000 for your products or services, right? I'm obviously exaggerating. Might be, whatever it may be. It's just it's not profitable for every single business, right? So but for the rest of us mortals, it's a recipe for a disaster. What if there was a better way, or a cheaper way, or a funnier way to do this? And this is what we call messenger marketing. This is what messenger marketing is all about. I would like to show you. This is where it starts, where my idea starts. So instead of sending them to landing pages that don't want to visit yet, that people don't want to visit yet, we send them to a platform that they're already connected to, which is Messenger. And so we still use Facebook ads. We still use the same ads, but the placement on the ad is a little bit different. So we send them to Messenger, where they can have a conversation, where they can learn more and engage with our businesses, where we can guide them through the conversation. We can know where they left. We know which buttons they pressed. It's something that we don't know if somebody visits our website. We don't know which buttons they press unless we use another tool that's also expensive. So but on Messenger, if they're on Messenger, we know which buttons they press. We know what they're asking. We know what they're interested in. So this is very, very important. And this is the idea. And after that, after we have their information, after they interact and they engage with our business, only then we send them to a landing page, to a training, a webinar, blog post, YouTube, etc. Because at that point we're able to follow up with them. And usually if they want something, they want it fast, and there's no faster way to get it than going to Messenger and asking for that information. So I know what you're thinking. How does that work? Is it even possible? Again, this is not for you. I know you already know how this works, how this process works, but I'm just talking as if if you were someone else, right? Somebody else. Not only is it possible, it's just the beginning. Now, I would like to show you, I'm not exactly sure how familiar you are with Messenger in regards to, bots and what you can do with them. So another cool thing that we can do with a Messenger bot is we can add keywords to answer our customers' most frequently asked questions. We can trigger automatic replies for the most frequently asked questions, like I said. So for instance, if somebody asks where the business is located, we can set that keyword, located, location, what's your address, whatever, and reply with this automatic message. It says, "Hi Stacy, you can find us at Imperial Avenue." I'm thinking about a beach now. 2021. You can also find a store near you with the buttons below. Here is a map, and there are some buttons if they want to do something else. So just like that, we answer their questions. And this is just an example. Can be location, can be pricing, can be plans, whatever it is. We can actually trigger an automatic reply for anyone that types a specific keyword. So this is really, really, really important, very productive. And we can also add a main menu to Messenger. As you can see, if somebody, we can actually guide customers through our sales process from the very beginning, from the moment they click on send message, by adding menus and submenus. So on this example, we have Sweet is the Work, Honey, and there are buttons. The main menu says our products, and then talk to us and discount. So if somebody taps per se on our products, they get an automatic message an automated message that says, "Hi there, we're sure we have the product you're looking for. What do you want to achieve? I want to replace carbs, lose weight, or nothing specific." So for each one of these buttons or options on the bottom right here, we can trigger another automated message to answer the customer's question right away. So that's another thing that can be done using messenger bots. We can also reply to comments on Facebook with a private message. If we have a promotion, if we want to get more customers, get more leads, whatever it may be, we can invite them to comment a specific keyword, or we can reply to anyone who comment on any of our posts on Facebook. Again, we can trigger an automated message to those who comment a specific keyword. So in this example, a girl named Corey Danes comments something like, "Wow, this looks like so much fun," and then automatically we send her an email that says, "Hi Corey, thanks for commenting on our video. We would like to give you a coupon to get 20% off of our products." Then there are the options: download coupon, about us, and more fun stuff. So this is something that can increase the engagement and the perception of the customer when it comes to delivering our offers or coupons or whatever it may be. And there's so many other things that we can do. We can tag people that have shown interest in our business. We can build automatic sequences of messages. We can trigger specific actions when a button is pressed, and blah blah blah. We can. There's so many things we can do, and this is where this is the fun part. So up until this point, we analyzed the what and the why, right? Why we should be using Messenger, but now you might be wondering, how do we turn that into a business or a model? And this is what I came up with. This is what I created. We can create. Actually, I created it already. The Messenger Masters method. The simple 3-step formula to mastering and monetizing your Messenger without landing pages or email or old email capturing techniques. Again, this goes against what gurus are talking about, and I'm pretty sure you're not the first person. I'm not the first business owner that was frustrated with the strategies that gurus and everybody were talking about that I should be doing for my business, and those things didn't really work, or the return on investment was way beyond me and my the time that I had. So I'm pretty sure there are many other businesses there that are struggling with this, that are still using email marketing or still want to build an email list that would take a lot of money and would take a lot of time. This formula is much faster. There's no need to build landing pages. We don't have to connect different platforms. We don't have to connect ClickFunnels with the autoresponder, with the Messenger, with Facebook. It's just two platforms, Facebook and Messenger, and the two platforms are linked together, so we don't have to do pretty much anything else other than typing words and having conversations with our customers, which is really, really awesome, or at least I believe it's really, 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 really awesome. And so how does this Messenger Masters method works? By the way, this is a nice suggestion. Our company should be called Messenger Masters. I believe it connects really well with the people that want to start doing this. This is not very popular, like I mentioned earlier, yet. So we have this window where we can show people what they can do, and if they like it and if they get results, we would be the first ones to to start a business related to this. And this title, the name of the business talks pretty much about what we're all about, right? So this is the method that I created. I want to be clear on this. This is not something that that I just like. How can I say this? This is not something that I just came up with. This is something that's already there, that people's already using, that the most successful entrepreneurs are currently switching over to. They know that marketing is really not it's not sustainable, or it won't be sustainable, so they're starting. Even Russell Brunson, about a year ago, he started building the ManyChat list, or the messenger marketing list. So this is not something that I just that came up with, but this process I've been using this process for my clients here in Mexico over and over and over again. The process is usually the same. Most of the business, well, some of the businesses here in Mexico don't have the the basic understanding of how this works, and therefore, well, they give up. Plus, some of them are not. I mean, if a business is not good enough, no matter what strategy you use, you won't be able to sell, right? So, but this is the process that I've been using with my with my clients here in Mexico, and this is it consists of 3 phases or 3 steps. The phase 1 is the offer. So what we can do for them is the very first step is we need to set up their Messenger account. In other words, we need to connect the Messenger bot, to their Facebook page, and we can do stuff like the keywords, the adding some buttons, the main menu, etc. That's like the basic setup for any business. So that's the step 1. Every single business has to go through that step 1. Then step 2 is identifying your target market, your audience, right? If they're already on Facebook, they're already liking, they're already watching videos. The question is, what's the target audience? What's the avatar? What's the person? What does it look like? What experts are they following? We identify the target market, the target audience, and then we create a bait to attract them, a good offer to attract them. It really starts with the offer when it comes to building a successful marketing campaign. If there's no attractive offer, no matter what strategy we use, most of the time it's not going to work, because people are on Facebook, to connect with their friends, not to buy products. So we need to have something that would attract them. And then the step number 4, or the phase number 2, which is starting creating the conversations. First, we create a flow. It's something inside of the Messenger marketing platform. Flow is just a step or a conversation in a step-by-step way, where they can tap on a button and then get an answer, and then there's another button, and then they can tap on it as well. Or there are some options, they can tap on the options, and we can narrow it down and see which people is interested in the products, which ones are just on the awareness stage per se, etc. And then step number 5 is the ads from Facebook itself. But then in this particular step, we send people directly to Messenger, because again, it's faster, it's easier, it's cheaper. And right after they engage with us via Messenger, then we can send them to landing pages. So the step number 6 is we start the conversation, we engage with them, we invite them to click here or there within Messenger, and then the phase 3 comes to play, which is the follow-ups. So the step number 7, or the first step on the third phase, the follow-ups, is to build sequences, right? Very much like the email sequence that you built for Sweet is the Work. We build the same or something similar to engage with them up to the point that they can take an educated decision on whether or not they want our products, or if they want something else, what else they want, etc. Right? And then the 8th step is to amaze our customers. Now, this is important because most of the people are not going to buy, on phase number 2. So we need to follow up with them. But the best way to follow up with them is to give them content, to give them things that they consider that might be valuable to them. And this is the reason why we need to create content if we're working with with a client. We need to start creating content for them so that we can send them over, or send the content via Messenger to the subscribers that we have. And then we can scale it, right? If we know something works, it's just a matter of, putting more on the Facebook ads to send more people to Messenger. In return, we'll get more subscribers, more sequences, or more people getting into our sequences. We can target or we can have different sequences depending on which person clicks on where, which product they are interested in, etc. This is the beauty of Messenger marketing. This is the where the magic happens. We are not able to do that using landing pages. We're not able to do that using email marketing. We can't target. We can't like tag per se. We can't tag people using email marketing because they don't engage with us in the first place. They don't click buttons. They don't do anything other than open or click on the link. That's it. But using Messenger, there's so many things that they can do. They can tap on a button. They can ask a question. They can click on a link, etc. There's so many things, and that allows us to tag people based on their intent. So this is it. This is the Messenger Masters method. Again, I made the design in just a couple of days. But the process, I've been doing it for quite some time. Now, in this case, you're gonna have to trust me on this, because this is not something that you have heard before. I want to believe, and again, this is something that goes against most of the things that people's already doing or saying out there. That can be a bad thing, but can also be a good thing, because if nobody's doing it and if this works, that means that we have a huge opportunity to take advantage, and we don't have to be just like everybody else. We can be different. We can think different. We can think smarter and help people along the way. So the next step for people, once they see all this and once they hear all this, is, would you like to learn this system step by step? And this is what the business is all about, or what the business model is all about. So what I wanted to do is, how much time do I have? All right. So what I wanted to do is have this training or this system as a membership site, because that it's not only more engaging but they're also, I mean, it benefits. It's a win-win for the customer and for the business. So we can create something that I would like to call Messenger Masters community. So people can join the Messenger marketing community. I'm sorry, the Messenger Masters community, and get a membership. And this is an idea that I have. So what they can get with this is instant access to 25 plus lessons and hours of video to set up the Messenger. Now I have to say I'm creating this course for the people here in Mexico. This is something that I'm already working on, I should say. I didn't think it was possible or that it was going to work in the US, but given the fact that all of the gurus are telling you you should do landing page and then build an email list and blah blah blah. I think we do have an opportunity to kind of teach the business owner and the entrepreneurs what the other strategy can be, what something that can work faster, and it's easier and it's cheaper as well. And so there's the trainings. There's we can do one live training every other week. We can give them access to Messenger Masters Facebook group. They'll get support in every step of our method, our funnels, a monthly newsletter with the newest strategies and tactics to monetize your inbox, or our inbox, or their inbox. A welcome kit with stuff to be a part of our movement, and much more. For just $97 per month, they can cancel at any time. If they think they can learn all this and do all this in a month, they're welcome to do that. If they want to stick around and be there or stay in the Messenger Masters community for a year or whatever, well, they're welcome to do that as well. Now, why do we take this approach? In my opinion, why this approach is better than the typical $9.97 offer? Because number one, it gives them the ability to try it, and then whether if they want to keep paying on a monthly basis, or if they want to be a part of the community and continue to learn these strategies, well, they can continue. But if it was just one payment, and also all of the programs out there, all the gurus, they charge you as either $9.97 or $19.97 for their programs, right? And it's just pretty much you buy the program and that's it. There's nothing else. They wish you good luck, but there's really nothing else. There's no support. There's no Facebook group. If there is, well, the guru is not as engaged with you because you've already paid. There's nothing that they would have to do afterwards. So, and I believe we talked about this a couple of nights ago. So this is the idea. I don't know. Tell me what you think. It's been harder than I thought it would be to explain all this. It took me much longer than I thought. I don't even know if I'm gonna be publishing this. But if I do publish this and send you the link, well, then you can check it out. If not, I might be sending you the slides. But whatever the case may be, this is the idea. This is what we can create that I think will separate us from the very beginning, from the competition that's really crowded in the US, especially. All these gurus, talking about this and that, and you should this and that, and look at what I'm building and whatever. But they started years ago, or what they sell is just the how-tos, but they really don't do that for their own businesses. So I see a big opportunity for that. And I do believe that well, I know that there's not a lot of people teaching these strategies. This is different in many ways, and also the strategies work. So this is a new approach. This is what I have in mind, and tell me what you think. So we'll keep in touch, I guess, with Messenger, surprisingly, and yeah, just tell me what you think about this. Hopefully, I was able to transmit what I think it's the best way to go for our business. And again, well, just tell me what you think via Messenger, and we'll keep in touch. Okay.